Guys, this is a special moment. We are here in the new B headquarters. I'm excited. This is basically probably one of the first videos that is coming on YouTube from the headquarters, and it's a special day because we are with the CEO and co-founder Moyn. Moyn, thank you so much for your time. I know it's precious, and we are actually here in Dubai because we just had the retreat.
Yes.
And the first question I want to start off with, so people can know more about you, the company, the ideals, it's why the company is investing so much in the retreats. This year in 2025, we did 3 retreats for sapphires, 1 for emeralds, and every retreat it's outstanding. So clearly you're investing money.
Yes.
So why? Why is that?
I think to understand this, like I'm an affiliate first myself. I was part of company as an affiliate, as a distributor for many years. And I always had the dream of certain things being certain way. And, the retreat puts people together. I always like the idea of people coming into one place, talking about things, traveling. I believe big in traveling because it's like a shortcut to allow people to increase their potential. And another reason, the standard that we have here is always next level. And that's because it's like, this is our standard, and every year we try to level up. Not because it's an expectation, but it's because like, hey, why not? We need to level up. We need to give people an experience that they cannot get there elsewhere in the world. And let's give them, even if they are here or not here, maybe a year from now on, because life gets in the way. That's okay. We want to give them a lifestyle that they could only dream of, and that they can remember and share it with their kids. That, wow, like I've been to this company retreat and it changed my life. So that's why we keep on leveling up.
And the feeling we have as leaders is that you really treat us immensely well. I don't know if you guys saw, but if you didn't see, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna put some links down below where you promoted the top 10 female leaders.
Yeah.
You just brought them shopping how much they wanted basically at Sephora. And then yesterday night, you brought the top 25 top performers to the best place in Dubai, be party and so on. So why, my question? Because we feel like we don't even have to move an inch and everything is taken care of.
I feel like we do a festival because we can. Why not? And you guys go out there. It's like you're a voluntarily army going out there. It's not easy what you do. You have to go through so many no's, and you're an athlete, and we want to make sure we take care of you to the highest level, because not everyone can do what you do. And when you do it, we want to treat you to the highest level. So we always think about, okay, how can we do more?
Yeah.
And that question actually drives us to do more continuously. And so it gives me a lot of happiness and joy when I get to see people having time of their life. And more than that, we know that whenever people travel, it increases the potential. So I believe in that a lot. So it gets us motivated to go above and beyond. That's beautiful.
Yesterday I was speaking with a Swedish leader from he was building in network marketing since a long time, and he said we can clearly see from outside that there's this family vibe in V.
Yeah.
That is really outstanding. Like, and I was like, you see, like people see what we're building here in terms of not even talking about the services, the company and stuff, just about humans.
Right.
I think people realize that that you founders, you really care.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very special feeling, especially for people like me with a lot of experience. We're sharing this with you guys, so because at one point money is not gonna make that big difference.
Yeah.
And you really want to build in a place where you feel home.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the 5 also values that you bring in the company, like really integrity, foundation, people.
Yeah.
So which one is your favorite of the 5 principal values behind the company? I know everyone is special, but
I would say family, because the whole idea behind this opportunity is like, how can we build something so that we can leave our children behind? I grew up without having nothing, didn't have access to anything. My dad did good, but I didn't have access to any of the things he created. And the idea of leaving my children something behind, that they can have a good start, and that drives me a lot. And I want everybody in our company, all our leaders, all our affiliates, to have something that they can leave their children behind so that they can have a head start. And so I believe in that. So this is truly a family driven business, and truly a business. When you're a family, right, you are very much aligned in one thing, that you care for one another, right? Doesn't mean you're not gonna have argument, doesn't mean you're not gonna have challenges, but everybody knows that, okay, we care for one another. And that's, I think, what we managed to build, and everybody feels it, that we are so aligned with the vision that we have here in B. And well, I am super grateful and blessed that I have leaders like yourself, who's actually really feel this and align with that vision, and we are really obsessed with that idea of changing a lot of lives. But we want to do it fast, but we don't want to do it by compromising our value, because as much as we want to get to the goal, how we get to the goal is very important, and we're going to enjoy that process, right? We're going to care for one another, and we're going to build this thing together. So there's no corporate versus the field. It's one unit with one vision, and we can always come to the table talking with a lot of respect and admiration. And so any challenges that we have, because our vision is aligned, our mission is aligned, and our interest, there's no conflict. There's no conflict of interest. If you win, the company wins. Company wins, you win too.
Yes. So yes, the level of transparency also there is.
Exactly.
Appropriate to the field.
Yeah.
It's incredibly beautiful. And so you said it's a family business driven. It's of course, driven business. And so come up another question to me. So you don't have an exit plan? Do you have an exit plan?
Very good question. I was asked this question when we first created the company, and people are asking me, what is the exit plan? And because there's no investors in the company. It was founded by 3 brothers, and we never took any investors, we never took any loans. It's fully funded. And when we created this company, we created for a selfish reason. We said we want a home for ourselves, so that we don't have to jump from one thing to another thing. And we wanted leaders to come in here who also want a home, but not just any home, a home that actually innovates. So one of our core values is innovation, because we don't want to be left behind, we want to be ahead. So we wanted to make sure that we have a company that actually lasts 100 years and beyond. And in order for that to happen, we really needed to make certain decisions very, very early on. And one of the decisions was like, hey, is there an exit plan? It was a question, and the answer is absolutely not. We asked ourselves, in our first 5 years, if we were to make no money and put every single penny that we acquired over the years to put back into the business without seeing any gains, are we willing to do that? And answer was yes, we are willing to sacrifice everything that we have in order for us to achieve this mission and goal that we have. And of course, I'm so grateful because we became profitable in our first year.
Crazy.
And
the most of a marketing goal of business in the first 2 to 3.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we're ready to do it in fast 5 years. We had the funds to do it, because we are obsessed with the idea of creating a home that lasts. And a lot of people, just soon as they face challenges, they just exit. We don't have that idea. Legacy, this company is a legacy company, means that it's created with the idea of 100 years and beyond. So that's essentially meant that we do a lot of the things that most companies will never do, because it doesn't bring revenue, it doesn't bring the hype, but it's so important that company do it right in the beginning. Too many businesses start when they say, well, I will do all of this once we get the revenue, once we get the customers, only to find out is that getting customers and getting revenue was not the number one problem. Number one problem, the corporate didn't do their job. And so even though you have the money and you realize you didn't do certain things at the right time, money cannot solve it. So there's a saying, money solves everything, but in reality, in business, money cannot solve everything. There are certain things you have to do at the right time, right in the beginning, when no claps and no one sees anything. You have to put your head down and do the boring work that nobody claps for, but it's so important for the sustainability of a company. And because of that mindset, we're here after 7 years, stronger than ever. And many other companies who didn't do those right things, they're gone.
Yeah. So you, let's say you immediately had the right priorities in mind.
Absolutely.
And how did you manage to balance this field and corporate operational side of things? And still today, because I mean, you're still running
Yeah.
to more than 200 employees,
Yes.
the development of incredible services. And on top of it, you're there inspiring, going to the events. Next week, we're going to go to Greece
Yeah.
to launch the market. And then we're in Philippines. And then you go to UK. And I'm like, how does he do? You're like a super you. How did you do?
Well, first of all, first 5 years of the company, almost 6 years, I would say, I wasn't doing all these events that I have right now and doing. Initially, I was in the field when we started the company. I was trying to manage both. And I knew I couldn't do both because field and corporate is like, corporate is a lot of logic, field is a lot of emotion because you're dealing with people, right? And so your mind cannot work at the same time, logic and emotion at the same time. It's extremely difficult. So what I did was, like, we had a CEO with a lot more experience than us, like than me. I said, hey, I'm not qualified to do this. I care about recognition. I don't care about power. I just want someone to do who's really good at what they do. Right. So if you are, Giorgio, good at doing something, even though I like doing that, I would say you do it because you're better at doing that. You know, why would I do it? Because we have this mission we want to achieve. So it's not about what I like. You know, that's the other side of business. Is like, we cannot just always do what we like. We have to go with what is our vision, what is our goal. And in the process, there's going to be a lot of things that we don't like, but we're so much aligned with that vision. We're willing to do the things that we don't like as well. Yeah. So for me, it's like, hey, I don't want the CEO position. Let's hire someone. And that's exactly what we did. Someone who's world champion in few things, incredibly credible, and a lot of track record working in the corporate. But very soon I found out that it wasn't working out because the heart wasn't there. Because this business is, to me, is more than business to me. It's like, it's not a typical company. It's a network marketing company.
Yeah.
That means other people are coming in and building their own business in your business. So when I make a division, you know, their business can be impacted. So it's not just about me. And so I really have to have this care for the people. I have to put people first. But, you know, having a CEO come from the corporate background is very hard.
Yes.
And to shift that.
Yes.
So it wasn't their baby. It was more like, let's get the revenue. And so it didn't work out. Within the first 3 months, all the fingers were being pointed at me that I needed to take that role. And I had to make a decision. I love being in the field. I love going to the events. I love closing leaders. I'm really good at that. So, but it is what it is. We need to do what is required in order for us to achieve that vision. And so I very quickly I found out I cannot be in two places at the same time. So I said, my first priority is make sure we as a company have a good, solid foundation, right? And if I do my job, then Giorgio, what do you need me in the events, in the field, or do a meeting with the leader?
Yeah.
I'm there for you, but first I need to complete my job.
Like, first things first.
First thing first, I want to do my job because I don't want you to come to me and say,
Lane one day, like, yeah, you ruined my business if you didn't do X, Y, Z.
Exactly. So first 5 years, I was solely on corporate. And now last 1.5 years, because we built such a solid foundation, and I'm so proud of the team. Every department runs on its own. There's decision makers. Of course, I overlook it, but not like before. We have a very high retention in our corporate. Every department the head of those departments, they started right in the beginning in 2018.
Like some of them are 6 years old, 7 years old.
6 years, 7 years. All the key people, they've been here 6 years, 7 years, 5 years, no less than that. And so that now gives me a lot of time. So now you see me not only doing corporate, yes, I'm doing it, but honestly, I cannot take the credit because I have a lot of leverage now. I created a lot of duplication in all the departments.
Yes.
And one thing I always say to people is like my role as a CEO changes every 6 months. So now I'm obsessed in helping the field, right? At building certain solutions, whether it's better customer onboarding, whether it's better affiliate onboarding, and any other things that's needed. 6 months from now on, maybe I will work on something else that is needed for us to grow, because that's what we need to do now. How can we go from here to here? Because we had the foundation to do $1 billion and beyond, but now.
Another question I had for you, Moyn, it's what's your view, like if you have an idea of investing in other network marketing companies, if you want to, I don't know, maybe invest in other companies that are not competitive to be, so maybe, I don't know, like what's your view on this if you plan to do that?
First of all, I am an entrepreneur. That means I've invested in different companies for myself, but they're not network marketing companies. I am not playing an active role in those companies at all, and they're non-network marketing companies. It is impossible for me to actually invest in another network marketing company, even if you offer me $1 billion. And I could sound like the most stupidest guy for saying that, but I truly, truly do this because I love this industry, right? Network marketing changed my life, and I cannot be investing in 2 network marketing companies and at the same time sit down with you and say, Giorgio, I'm obsessed with that vision. There's mismatch. I'm only one human being. I cannot be doing 2 different things if we are talking about becoming the most powerful network marketing company in the world in our space, right? That will be
because the heart is involved in.
Exactly. It's like if I'm doing it if I'm investing in another company, it would mean that I'm doing it for money. I want to be known as an entrepreneur who's successful at launching many businesses. And I don't want to be known as that. No, I want to be known as someone who built a company where it provided millions of people to build their own business and achieved a significant goal, which is to have tens of millions of customer base. And that means our leaders will have hundreds of thousands or even millions of customers in their organization, where they can get paid month after month, year after year, what we call the residual income. So it needs to be product driven, and the product to make something that will become a household name is not a one-day event. It's not a 1-year event. It's not even a 5-year event. It takes decades to build. So how can I now start investing in something else when this is not even, we are not even scratching the surface? A lot of people say, well, wow, your product is so amazing. No other company have this. And I say, guys, do you realize this is the worst version of the product that you will ever see? Because our vision is here, So I don't have time to do this. And most importantly, I don't do what I'm doing for money. So why would I invest in something else? Because I would be doing it for money. In network marketing, I would not do that. I love network marketing. I always joke and say, if you cut me in half, you'll find network marketing written inside of months. So it changed my life. I didn't want to leave this industry because I was tired of companies promising things and not delivering. They're not doing their part. They're just leveraging leaders to bring the volume. And so all they think about is an exit plan. All they think about, who's the biggest leader that I can sign so they can bring me the volume, and they're not doing their part. The leader is coming and bringing the volume, but they're not doing their part, innovating the product. They are not making sure they're legal and compliant in every country that they launch. So there's a lot of work that is required for us to continue to thrive in this industry. A lot of work. And, you know, I'm never satisfied. So earlier you said, how come all the retreats always get better? Because in my mind, I'm trying to become a better. We are trying to, as a company, we're not competing with other companies. We're trying to compete with ourselves. So how can we do better for our people? Because our people do deserve better. Why not? And we don't stop thinking like, oh, other companies are not doing retreats. And we are doing retreats.
With the 3-4 a year.
Yeah, and we say, oh, this is good enough because we are doing retreat. No, we say, no, not only we're going to do retreat, but how can we do a better retreat?
Yeah.
Even better,
No.
more and more and more.
Creating our own league, basically. Creating our own league.
Absolutely.
And why sometimes people, because I popped up the question, like, why sometimes people think that the network market, the trading, the tech space is flat. Like every company is the same.
Yeah.
It's like the concept is the same, and so everything is the same. So what can you say about it?
First of all, most people coming into these network marketing companies only for the opportunity, meaning a way to build their business. So compensation plan means a lot to them. But when it comes to the product, most people are not joining because of the product. And even if they join because of the product, they don't last because the product don't work. So they leave. So the people who truly stay are the people who are able to build a business. And so they are able to recruit more people, telling them, hey, you can build a business. And to me, this is not sustainable, and this is not good for our industry. Network marketing needs to change, go towards the direction where it's completely product-led. People come in because they love the product, and then because they love the product, they say, oh, I also want to build an opportunity with it because the product is so great. So that's number one reason that exists across the network marketing industry, that most people don't come in because of the product, right? They come in because of the opportunity. But then when you look at our fintech industry or the trading space, it goes even further. Most people not only coming in because of the opportunity, but also they have the belief, a lot of the leaders have the belief that the trading doesn't really work. It doesn't really bring the retention. So the only thing that's going good for them is the compliance, the opportunity, the community that they build, the personal development that they provide for the people, which is a lot of value because it lacks in the world, right? So they're still able to have success. But that's because the companies don't have a good product that is measurable, meaning like there's no way to prove if the product is actually working or not. And they don't want to make it measurable because they will be exposed, right? So,
It's a very good point of view.
So there is no retention there. So they say, hey, trading doesn't have retention. Maybe product-based companies have higher retention because people can touch, feel, smell, and there's a sense of loyalty. So people are going back to the product-based companies.
True.
Because they are just tired of no loyalty, no retention for the customer. We changed the game because we actually have a lot of retention and a lot of loyalty within our community from the customers. And this is why over 73% of our customers is retail customers. And what is more surprising is that it's completely free to become an affiliate.
Yeah.
So imagine people just don't click that button for free to become an affiliate. They just love being a customer. And these customers are not consumers. So if you think about Netflix and you watch a movie, you're just a consumer. You're just watching, you're consuming something. And most of the trading education platform out there, people are just consumers. So
That's what it'll learn.
and they don't learn, and they also there's no loyalty too. So they leave if it's not good enough very, very quickly. They leave, they lose attention. But here, people are not just consumers, they're creators. Because we give our customers the ability to create, right? So if you go into the SageMaster platform, you see the customers have a lot of decision-making ability. So they have this sense of ownership. It's like Instagram. you are a creator.
Yes.
You post things, and as a result, you have this ownership, and you don't want to leave because you posted a lot of things.
Yeah, saying it's like your strategy, your creation, your craft.
Exactly. So we changed the game with the first network marketing company that is creator driven, not just for the leaders who can build the business, but also for the customers who are just loving using the product. So that's why our retention right now stands at 6 months.
Crazy.
So which is
Yeah.
like beyond any other companies that I know of.
Beautiful. And jumping onto the compensation plan, because I know people wanna know
Yeah.
what we think about that. So why do you like a compensation plan? I can talk hours, and yeah, check guys on this channel. There's so many other videos you can watch about comp plan, Sage Master, how it works, anything else. But from CEO, why do you like this comp plan?
I love this comp plan because number one, it's very transparent. It's very easy to understand, and it pays you now instead of a promise in the future. So there's a lot of compensation plan where they say, well, we'll pay you like 12% from your weaker leg, but they pay you very small amount, right? Whereas we pay, for example, one of our executive diamond rank, we are paying like 30%. The smaller rank consultant, we're paying 41% from the weaker leg versus 10 or 12% from the weaker leg. Of course, they have like carry forward and things like that, but most people would love to see money now than money later. So I always say, hey, if you had a choice to make $500 right now or $500 in a period of 5 months, which one would you choose? And most people say, I want money right now. Right. And so that's one thing, is that our compensation plan pays out really well as quick as possible. Right. And so that they can have belief, but also pays really good for the hierarchs too. And there's no gimmicks. A lot of compensation plan looks really good. And I studied so many compensation plan. It looks amazing. But when you actually go into the details and do the math, you'd realize they're not paying that much.
A lot of lockers.
A lot of lockers.
A lot of
Have most top leaders don't even understand their own compensation plan.
True.
Whereas here in B, it's very transparent, very easy to understand, and there is no gimmicks around anything. It's straightforward, simple. So if you like simplicity, if you like a compensation plan that pays you really well, and we're able to pay that because we create our own work, right?
Yes.
So I always tell people, compare our company compensation plan with another legitimate, real company. Don't compare our comp plan with a scam company because their compensation plan not even legal. So let's not even bring them on the table because they give a bad name to the industry. So if you bring a real company in front of us and compare, for sure we'll be the top one, and we can discuss.
Yes, sure. Yeah, true. If it's structured, legitimate, regulated, innovating, there's no touching up to this. And last thing, what would be a good call to action for people who are not distributing these services, customers of maybe Sage Master, the platform, leaders in the industry? What would be your last word, your call to action to them?
I would say when I first joined the industry, my dream was to build a residual income. And residual income only comes from customers, not from affiliates, So if you want a residual income that actually grows with or without you, the company has to be product first company. The product has to be innovative. The product has to add a lot of value in the marketplace, and there has to be customer loyalty, right? So if you value residual income like myself, the dream I had when I first joined, then you need to look for the companies that actually making the product as their priority. And if you're looking at this and you're thinking like, okay, is B is the right place, is it legal and compliant? And that's very important, because if you own a home, it has to be legal and compliant. And if you think about all our products, every single features, we hired external law firm to do a audit on the feature to make sure it's super compliant. Whether it's US, whether it's Australia now, whether it's Italy, whether not Philippines. Like, can you imagine, we're the first company in our space to be fully established in Philippines, the first one. No other company has done this in our space, and that makes me so proud because hey, Philippines, we don't even have like an Ruby
Yes.
in Philippines.
Yes.
So why did we invest there when we don't even have revenue? Because the law is very clear. You cannot just grow in that market without having the legal presence. Other companies, they stop growing, and who pays the price? That leaders, that is elites.
Yes.
And so I said, no, I never want that situation. We're going to go there, properly go there, and now let leaders build. So if you are wanting to be part of a company that is globally established, we are definitely the only one that has so much international presence, but we don't have, let's just say, distribution yet because we're so busy building things from the inside. And now people are hearing about it, right? And Giorgio, you created so much success since you came to be.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's just so, I don't want to say so, yeah, because yeah, it's all about hard work, and yeah, everyone depends on your own efforts, but when I mean easy is because when I came from products,
right.
so even going internationally was so hard because of the shipment. It's like,
Right.
hey, they don't ship, they don't ship there. So it's like, okay, I ended up in the market, and there was a little cameo that, hey, wait a second, and then they ask you for a volume or warehouse and this and that. Here, everything was already laid down. Like support works perfectly. No, yeah. To me, it's like just as an network manager should be pointing at things. Use Deep Sage.
Right.
Talk to the support. So I'm focused on building, making sure my customers are correctly doing, using the services, my builders are building correctly, promoting this correctly, compliantly. That's it. Like I don't want to solve tickets. I know so many leaders I speak to that in other companies, they wake up and they behave as support.
Yeah.
That's all the deals for. So thank you so much. Because my success, people think it's thanks to me, but it's actually thanks to them, because without you as a company, I would probably be doing 1/10 of what I'm doing. I would be still probably grinding 18 hours a day, not doing the right things, because I am grinding, but doing the right things,
Right.
which is building, growing internationally, and inspiring people, empowering people, not solving tickets.
Right. Right.
So thank you so much to you.
But no, thank you as well, because you saw the vision, right? You understood like, oh, we are building something solid here. You want a long-term home, and you made that choice, without even understand everything. And now the more you understand, the more excited and fired up you're becoming. And so I'm truly blessed to have you as a leader here in B. And it just makes my life easy when you put people first, when you align with the values, and you're putting all the work and timing, right? With network marketing, sometimes very spiritual, and so you don't know when certain things blows out.
Yes.
And I know you already have so many royal diamonds in your organization, but you're gonna have so many ambassadors in your organization.
Amen.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see your journey in this, because you are truly the number one leader in the industry, like because of your values, because how you lead with heart and make my life easy so I can do my job. Sometimes you have leaders in a company, they're creating so much problems, and it becomes harder for the corporate to manage as well. And we don't have that problem here in B. So I'm grateful.
Married. Yeah. Guys, I hope you love these interviews. Drop a comment if you love the mindset. If you disagree with something, check on this channel. There's so many things. Check the B YouTube channel, and maybe I'm gonna leave some resources down below, some disclaimers, some this, some that, so you can really read entirely and understand why this company is taking up the way it is doing, and what is the future and trajectory. Thank you, Moyn.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.